So today we have 5 speakers, isn't it? 5 or 3?
5 days, 6.
Colonel Shiv is not coming. He has some urgent piece of work.
Okay.
He will be
So
joining.
5 speakers, is it? Shall we start then?
Yes, yeah, we can start.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good evening all. We are team Global Entrepreneurs Guild, and today we have very special session, some very special guests on our list. And before meeting all those speakers, I want to introduce Global Entrepreneurs Guild, which is GEG. And let's see what we are doing with GEG. Okay, so this is what all we do with the GEG, Global Entrepreneurs Guild. There are obviously we are going good with the like not only India, whole Asia, Singapore, doing good with the entrepreneurship now. There are startups are coming up, and so basically businesses in India especially, there might be few already set up the startup. Maybe they passed with this startup phase, or they are still into the startup phase. So they want to go global. They're aspiring to go into the international market. And for that, definitely it's not like as simple as starting business in India. There are some strategies, there are some rules and regulations, and we will guide them in this process. Apart from that, obviously this is era of this online education, or whole pandemic era. It's era of collaborations, joining the communities, helping, joining the hands with the individual or some organization, and we are in that. So to accelerate this process, collaboration, collaborate with the right group of people or right person, and doing like a joint venture kind of initiatives. So we will provide, and we have done these kind of opportunities. We have created these kind of opportunities, and talks are going on, and people are joining hands together. So that is kind of success story for GEG. Apart from that, maybe few are in initial stage. So for them, providing the platform for business knowledges, because not all are aware about business basics. There are a lot of things involved into the business. People are good in their art, maybe good in their business, selling maybe, or doing one particular thing. But business is mix of all. It's like a complex product, developing a complex product. So for that, skills important, or there is a training kind of thing are very important. So we are providing the platform for those kind of skills, knowledge, and obviously attitude. Attitude is one of the important. Money mindset is important, and we are providing that platform to the entrepreneurs. Networking opportunity. Yes, this is obviously from day one we started, or you can say before starting this platform GEG, we started doing this, and we are part of that. We are networking. We were part of different communities, and from that only we started this networking opportunities. So we are giving opportunities, networking opportunities, not only in India but outside India, globally. And that is our strength, you can say. And next thing is, yes, businesses need a lot of resources. So how to procure, when to, where to procure, at what time to procure the resources, that is very important to grow in your business. So we are trying to deal with all these things, trying to give all the resources so that entrepreneurs can focus on their main thing, developing their businesses or the core of the business. And that's our agenda. Means like we try to bring in new startups, entrepreneurs on this platform, and give them this platform. So with this, I like to hand over to Dr. Ram, and he will talk about GG and his today's speak. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rahul, for your wonderful introduction. I wish to welcome all. It's very happy occasion for us whenever it is the time for making ourselves to convenient to get introduced with the different community. Always people wanted to know new people. This is another chance for us because we can able to meet quite a number of new people today join here. GEG, the Global Entrepreneurs Guild. It is the way we want to connect the global entrepreneurs who are in requiring kind of many aspects because everyone is not perfect and they are not doing fabulous thing. We are looking for the opportunity where we connect and contribute ourselves with the community, global community. That is one kind of way we can able to get in touch, commit ourselves and exploring the possibility all around the world. Today, just I would like to give a speech on edupreneurship and future education. It will make you to understand about the field where I want to concentrate for the futuristic vision. That way we can able to bring more values for the current course ecosystem. So what is edupreneurship? We know entrepreneurship, but what is edupreneurship? And what is an edupreneur role and responses when they are committing towards with edupreneurship? Myself, Dr. B. Ramanathan, I'm the founder and managing director of ACE International Private Limited, Singapore. We are committing to do something better in the field of educational ecosystem. As a person, I'm the PhD holder in biomedical science. I have been experienced nearly 20 years together with research and development, learning and development, and business and development. So that is the core value about me. We are looking for the sustainable academic development. What is this model we have to procure? Because there are a lot of segments involved with the educational sector, especially education is the knowledge dissemination where the training, apprenticeship, or cultural values creating more ethical issues for the new workforces. The second sector is research and innovation, where the technology procurements, new innovation, intellectual property rights, and other fabulous knowledge creations are coming very new to the ecosystem. The third one is the entrepreneurship, where the wealth generation and knowledge exploitation is making by the investors. All these three segments are collectively involved with the factor of sustainable academic development. So education, already we know what is the entrepreneurship to play the role with the education. That is the questions in front of us. And many people, they are doing great, like our friend Mr. Paddy from UAE. He is creating the institution and doing great. And my friend Dr. Rajesh Kumar, he is also putting his effort towards with the academic development as well as educational sector, how to reach well in the field of research as well as conducting events to get the people together for the education ecosystem. The learning and development is getting optimized through the new age of psychometrics. What is it meaning for it? Because earlier we have the conventional educational field where the infrastructures and other connectivity to the global sectors were not available maybe 100 years, 200 years, or many 100 years back. But nowadays it is truly.
Could you speak louder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you speak? Yeah.
So other people can hear. Is it okay? So I increase my mic volume. Um, the learning and development, it is getting optimized through the new age of psychometrics. What it means, we have to think about the ancient time of education when the people they are going with the gurukulam kind of opportunity. They are depending with the particular person who are providing the education or any kind of skill sets they want to learn and apply in their field. But as of now, the system is entirely changed and it is globalized in the curricular basis, and it is getting collaborated with different kind of countries like east, west, north, south, everywhere. The people are finding a lot of collaborative ecosystem and they are providing the value addition for the educational field. So that is the way we have to focus, and what are the learning model we have to think in front of us, because nowadays it is connecting towards with the real-time learning, on-job training, experiential learning. This is the way we have to provide the proper education for the current learning people. Then only they can easily penetrate and connect to the reality. So that's why we have to focus on 70% the challenging projects or assignments which are covered well to learn from the reality. The next one is we have to go for the particular practical experiences or peer learning lessons and the relationship between the concept and the reality. That is the bridging kind of opportunity they can able to lift up their career skills. And the 10% is the classroom bound teaching, where the concepts and conceptualizations are playing the critical role. Singapore, as of now, is focusing very well for the workforce skill qualifications and the development in the ecosystem, because they are having more challenges to bring the talents and work in Singapore. So it is the multifaceted environment that, excuse me, please mute yourself. So where the advanced training and development is going to prepare the competency skills necessary for the new workforce. That is the ability we are recurring as of now, because nowadays it is the disruptive challenges in this digital transformational environment where the new skills are add on every day. We must need to focus on those areas, how to build the capacity for the people, how to enable them to become a competent person to handle the workforce or work tasks. That is the way we have to focus, and Industry 4.0 is creating a lot of values for the company or industry to transform into the smart model factory or smart model workplaces. We must need to focus for the institute industry partnership. That is the condition as of now. Every institution need to focus. Our University Grant Commission in India also, through the NAC certification, they wanted to review the institution, whether they are having the capability and facilities towards institute industry collaboration, because they want to prepare the incubator space, enterprise development center to create more values for the learning practices. The students may become an entrepreneur kind of role. That is the way the university is committing to provide the social responsibility in the ecosystem through the knowledge as well as culture creation. And the education is making the people to learn about the ecosystem and the current situation and what are the contributions they have to add on in the environment, as well as the research facilities are enabling for the higher learning community to learn and develop their necessary career skills. Industry is focusing mainly for the similar way, but a little bit different, because they want to use the workforces, because they are recurring a lot of tasks and challenges and the problems which are going to be solved by these particular workforces. That's why they are looking in different perspectives and they are keeping in touch with the university. There are many places they are preparing the training and placement kind of activity for the students to connect with the reality through the internship project opportunities. Now, this is the time we must need to focus for the entrepreneurial university, because every university must need to have the incubator space or any kind of startup ecosystem to develop the way how to penetrate into the ecosystem. So we must need to think all these efforts, how to prepare the ecosystem very well for entrepreneurial university kind of opportunities. The future of work is entirely depending on smart work nature, specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant kind of skill sets that are very, very requirement for the current task. And time-based environment, we have to go with the particular condition, because this is the time COVID-19 induced pandemic situation. Tomorrow is going to create the new normal situation. So we must need to review and analyze ourselves how to fit for the environment and ecosystem to run the business successfully. So the workforces also need to adapt a certain kind of way, the mindset and the skill sets, how do they able to project the value towards the need of the time. Ministry of Manpower in Singapore, they are having the mindset to create the value addition for the ecosystem in Singapore. Especially they refresh the continuing education and training. That is the CET master plan. Through that, they have created a lot of opportunity comparatively uh, competent to the global sector. National certification is enabling the people to learn certain skills under this continuing education training opportunity. They can be able to upregulate their learning behaviors, how to reach with the necessary competent skills to showcase. That is the way the organizational standards also getting reviewed and adapted to the new environment, how to manage these kind of tasks successfully to withstand in the competition. The Singapore workforce skill qualifications having nearly more than 10,000 courses under WSQ and non-WSQ. This is entirely depending with the competency-based system, which are enabling three factors: knowledge, skills, and attitude. Please mute yourself. Somebody's mic is on. So the adult learning principles, the adult and continuing education is creating a lot of value for the ecosystem, because there are people who wanted to make their career switch into the new environment due course of time, or they are creating more new jobs where the already available community may not have the correct necessary skills. Then they have to provide the particular training and enable them to fit in the particular sector. So that is the way. There are a lot of flexible training, customized training, experiential learning atmospheres are available. So that is the way they can able to recognize and making them to fit into the particular competency skills criteria. So it is entirely prepared with the international benchmark creations. So many people who are coming from other countries also needed to attend this course and enable them to bring the value for the organizational standards. The another way, global online learning management portals are available. This is they are mentioning like MOOC, massive online open courseware. These kind of online learning systems are enabling the people to continue their education for the coming days, because there are many new courses are available which are not very well embedded with the current curricular learning pattern. So these kind of gaps, how do they able to fulfill? They are depending on these MOOC online course providers. They can enable them to learn the segment wise, the modular wise portions, and they can able to bring the value for the necessary skills which are currently required by the companies. So Udemy, Coursera, LinkedIn slide shares also you can able to self-learning manner you can develop EDX platforms. Now universities also getting adapted with this kind of service providers like Udemy, Coursera, EDX. National University of Singapore also using their platform to make the people to learn and continuously progress. I would like to mention the ACE International Private Limited is having the products and services towards attaining the business excellence. There are people who are looking for the opportunity how to leverage the transformation towards the business excellence status. So we have to commit through our products and services, consulting and auditing, education and training, research and innovation, digital transformational solutions, which are very much required as of now, business and management service sectors, where we can able to provide the expertise group to provide the necessary consultation and advisors for the company to upscale their business values. Investment and funding sources, because there are many grants available from the government sector and the banking sector. They are providing a lot of loans, equipment loans, mortgage loans, and product loans. Many ways they can able to support for the business. And crowdfunding, they are providing another way of business funding support for the people. Moreover, merging and acquisition. If you want to get the shareholding partnership with another company, you can able to create more funding opportunity for that. Finally, the career advisory and supports, because of the transformation happened in the ecosystem, many companies, they couldn't able to enable their staff members to reach with the correct skills, how to manage the ecosystem very competitive manner. So that is the aspect we are covering. So we are looking for more opportunity through this guild of the Global Entrepreneurship Guild, make the way how to lead further and make ourselves successful in the ecosystem of business environment all around the world. Thank you so much for your patience. Is there any discussion or anything we can go to the later time? We can cover up other talks. Over to Rahul.
Thank you very much. You will never leave us without that wow moment. So I like to invite next Mr. Naidu, and I'd like to listen from them.
You are in mute.
Thank you, Rahul. In fact, I'm quite honored to be here as a part of the Guild Entrepreneurs. And I would like to start in a very brief way. And first of all, good evening to one and all. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Ram for introducing me to the Global Entrepreneurs Guild. And one thing I would like to confess here is that I have become a fan of Dr. Ram, whose knowledge on biotechnology and bioscience or any topic you speak about, I don't know, it's amazing. It's like it keeps on coming, you know. So I had heard a number of his impressive speeches, and Dr. Ram, please don't miss me. Whenever I'm there, please call me around. I'll always be happy to be part of your team.
Thank you.
So just to make it a little bit an introduction about myself, I am Padial Naidu. I've lived in the Gulf for almost 30 years. Though I am a finance person, my passion had always been in education, and in the last 3 decades, I'd been through the cross-section of education, I would say, right from training to schools to higher education, you name it, I've been almost in all this segment. Currently, CIA, which is Central Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, is my latest project. It's a startup company focused on teachers training, vocational education, where we offer courses from one-day workshop to almost 1-year qualifications. We are happy to say that within a short span of time, we have worked with almost 60 plus schools in UAE, and we have trained more than 2,000 teachers at various levels in different curriculum. Besides, we also have launched a 2-year SQA Advanced Diploma program last year, where the students, after completing 2 years, they can progress to almost 80 plus universities worldwide. We call this as a smart route as against to the traditional route of 10 plus 2 plus 3, because we accept the students right from the grade 10th, and they do the 2 plus 1 model or 2 plus 2 model. And again, it's a 50% cost effective and hands-on that prepares them to job market by the end of the 2nd year. So that's why we call it as a smart route, which I would definitely love to share more details about it. However, since the time is limited, and this forum is about pitching your entrepreneur mindset. So I'm happy to explore the opportunity for international students recruitment, where we are looking for partners from all over the world, especially Asia, Middle East, and Africa. So please feel free to reach me at my given number. I will share that once again in the chat box, or by email, or through Dr. Ram. And I'm happy to collaborate in any form that may be feasible to both the parties. Also, on a separate note, I would like to take a few moments to speak about Dubai Expo 2020, I'm sure you all heard about Dubai 2020, Expo 2020, which is now the talk of the town. Everywhere people are speaking about it. And the Indian Pavilion at Expo 2020, again, it is doing a great job here and a lot of people are involved in this. And it could definitely help the business communities to showcase their products and services on the global platform. So Expo 2020 will be a once in lifetime experience with almost 191 countries participating, 100 plus companies showcasing their new products and services, and almost 25 million visitors are expected. So this is going to be a huge event, especially after the pandemic. This is going to be one of the largest live event, I would say. So the doors are opening on the 1st of October 2021, and they will exhibit for almost 6 months until 31st of March 2022. So the Expo 2020 is not only for business, but also for youths and for the younger generation who will learn and gain knowledge in a big way. Hence, we are organizing students delegates from different parts of the world in the groups of 25 to 100. And those who are willing to send the students to their network or associations may please once again contact me or contact Dr. Ram, and we'll be happy to furnish all the details that is required. So once again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone, and I'm looking forward for similar events happening, which will benefit the aspiring entrepreneurs. It's a wonderful initiative by Dr. Ram and his team. Thank you once again. And I would love to drop a link, which is about the Expo 2020 India Pavilion. Since the time is again a constraint, I don't want to run the video live, but you are all free to look at it after the event is over. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful speech about the CAE as well as the Expo 2022. We are looking ahead. In the time we can able to get matured and we can able to put our stalls over there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Naidu, for your beautiful insight. Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Zafar Ahmad, a young, talented entrepreneur, and
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm so glad to be a part of this guild. And I thank Hema ma'am for inviting me, as well as Dr. Ram sir. I'm glad to see you. So let me start the presentation. Could be short. Yeah, so it's so the startup is all about the BSF technology. We are going to use BSF technology for upcycling the food waste, whatever we get in and around Chennai, and we will be providing, we'll be delivering as animal feed, pet nutrition, and organic fertilizer. So the problem where we see is like in this waste around us. So we can see like lots of waste, food waste and many vegetable waste, fruit waste. It's going to the bin and it's going to the landfill. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop the organic waste going to landfill. So we're just gonna stop the waste going to landfill, and we're going to use them and convert them into a product. So we are also going to these are the two problems I would like to share with you. So the thing is like the waste, when the dry and wet waste gets mixed, it creates a problem. It creates methane and it goes on. So we're going to stop the mix of waste. We're going to say like when the organic and non-organic waste is not mixed. So non-organic waste, the dry waste, which can actually recycled or it can go to incineration and go on. But what you're going to do is we're going to stop the mix of waste as well as the organic waste is by going into the landfill. So next thing solution, we're going to collaborating with the organization, the municipalities, or and the markets in Chennai. So what we are doing is by this we are not mixing the both waste together, and we are stopping the waste going to the landfill. So the product of our service we're going to provide is black soldier fry larvae, which you can use for where it is in many industries. So it's under the process, it's currently under ideation. It's not we'll be implementing soon. We are preparing the team, and we are talking. We have the team all over India, so we are just on the planning around. We're going to make it as a national thing. So the thing is, like team, we have the I have my friends around in various cities, so we are talking to each other. We are currently under the research, so we'll be looking to that. And the target market is this feed can be provided to poultry, and mainly focusing on poultry and aquaculture to provide them feed. So nowadays you can see fish meal, everything, soya bean, everything is going costly. So we can provide this using waste. We can provide the sustainable food for them. Yeah, this. So this is how the short thing. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I can present next after 1 week. I can present the whole presentation. I'll be inviting my team as well. If you're giving me the chance. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Zawar, for taking the effort and creating the startup as per your desire. All the best, and we can discuss further. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, that's really inspiring because he started way early. Okay, so with that, I'd like to invite next speaker.
Can I ask how old is he?
Ram.
How old is that? Zawar, how old are you?
25, sir.
25, very good. I think we should give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Very good, very inspiring, really good. And that really shows the kind of the new generation, how they are thinking differently. Sorry, Rahul, I interrupted you.
No, that's required.
I could not stop myself.
Thank you, sir.
So, feel comfortable because this is not the forum to control everybody like that. Feel
That's
free.
right.
No problem.
Quite inspiring.
Yes, Dr. Ramraj, stage is all yours. You can start.
Okay.
So, Dr. Rajesh, are you there?
So,
Yeah.
So, am I?
Yeah, you are audible. You can open the camera video.
All right. Just a moment. My internet connection is I turn off my camera. All right. So, very good evening to one and all. Joined today evening. I'm very glad to be one of the speaker of talk on pitching entrepreneurial mindset. And firstly, Dr. Ramanathan for giving me this opportunity.
Looks like some issue with sharing.
Yes.
So, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So, So it's really a good opportunity for me to share something about so what I'm doing and what I'm looking for and how we can make network together and to bring something possible things which can bring changes in society as well as in individuals. That's the objective. Since with that idea, I would I started so many things. I'm not only doing particular kind of work. Actually, I'm into multiple stuffs and handling with many different people. And one of my best collaborators, Dr. Ramanathan, and we are being associated for past 1 year, and we have done so many things. As he spoken about entrepreneur. Okay, so yeah, obviously so every single opportunities available in the market is more important to become an entrepreneur. To look into every chances of making that opportunity into something different. You need to think and bring something new into that and add on something, so that way you can flourish yourself. Also, you can bring changes in somebody's life, also to the society. All right. So myself, Dr. Ramasamy Rajesh Kumar. So I'm working as a research scientist at Institute of Nuclear Agriculture Sciences, which is the International Atomic Energy Agency's first collaborating center at locating at Hangzhou. You might hear about Alibaba. So the business giant, his headquarters locating at Hangzhou, and so my university also locating in the same city. And I'm the honorary faculty of Novel Global Accounting Foundation, which is in Australia. And I'm visiting faculty of CAFRI, University of Italy. And I'm the founder secretary of Art of Giving Charitable Trust, India. And also I'm the founder of Voice of Indian Council for the Environment. Just recently, Dr. Ramanathan, he was talking about this Global Entrepreneurs Guild. And suddenly today morning, he said no, Raj, we have a meeting today, so you need to present something today. So I don't know what to do. Then he suggested himself talk about corporate social responsibility. So then I thought, okay, why not because we already being into lots of things, but without corporate support we cannot do anything, and we cannot bring changes in India. Because as we know in India, merchants are considered as very huge, like a huge family, or kind of family in India. So many merchants, since we can talk about 18th century or 17th century, they earn money and they just do service to the society. That's how the corporate social responsibility. I could say India is the first country which took corporate social responsibility earlier than any other country in the world. Okay. So before going in detail, because I have 50 slides, but I'm not going to show all the 50 slides. So I'm going to, because since everybody took very few minutes, so I also want to take few minutes from you. Okay. So I would like to go for further presentation with the Thirukkural called, because you might hear of Thiruvalluvar and also Thirukkural. So every time, our Prime Minister Modi, so whenever he addresses to the Indian citizens, he used to start with Thirukkural. And similarly, our finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, she also, whenever presents her budget, she used to start with Thirukkural or any other our Sangam literature, Tamil literature. So I also glad to have one Thirukkural, because Thirukkural, there are 1,330 couplets are there, and this was written 2,500 years ago by Prophet Thiruvalluvar. So this Thirukkural is out of 133. This is 620th. This Thirukkural is from manly effort. Okay, so because whatever things you are doing, it should be with your efforts. So nothing will come just like that, and then there won't be any kind of miracle will happen suddenly in somebody's life. So everything's our manly effort. Okay, so in Tamil we call all vinay udaimi. Okay, so this Kural goes like Urayum Uppakam Kanbar Ulayvintri Taradu Unitruvar. Okay, so this couplet means in Tamil is Manam Talaradum Tamarikadum Murchi Sayudavar Tamak Karayaga Irkum Vidiyum Tolvira Chaver. This couplet English meaning is who strive with undismayed, unfaltering mind, at length shall leave opposing fate begin. So even if you have believe on fate begin, and you have failures in your life, but you do hard work and trying again and again, one day you will achieve. This is what this Thirukkural couplet states. Okay, And I like to share one more quote from Swami Vivekananda, which I like most. Take up one idea, make that one idea of your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. So, this is very clear. Okay, so what are the things that you are considering in your life to get into progress? So you need to work it on. Okay, so that thing should be even you dream actually, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he always said actually, dream, dream, dream. So similarly, if you want to do something keep on doing the same thing, and look what is happening in that area, and try to make networking in that area, and that way you'll get somewhere some ideas, some people will come up and support you. So that way you can get succeed. So yeah, so this is my I'm, as I told you earlier, actually, I'm the founder secretary of Art of Giving Charitable Trust. Here's the website. So I'll be showing something from the website as well, okay? And also I'm the founder of Voice of Indian Council for the Environment, for which me and as well as my organization called United Nations Environment World Environment Day Hero of the year 2019. Okay, here's my brief introduction of my educational as well, my professional background. So I have bachelor's degree in microbiology, master's in biotechnology, and postgraduate diploma in bioinformatics, and master MPhil in biotechnology, and PhD in biotechnology, that is environmental biotechnology, and postdoctor from microbial technology from Chonbuk National University, South Korea, and I have MBA HR from Alakapai University, and postdoctor in molecular toxicology and environmental criteria, Nankai University, China. And now I'm a student. I'm pursuing my law from Annamale University. So I am a student. So learning is a lifelong process. Okay, so nothing is have an end. So learning is lifelong process. So you are going to learn until you die. So I'm a student now, and I work as a computer drug designer as AstraZeneca Pharma R&D, and I was a lecturer at Department of Bioinformatics, Jamal Muhammad College, and I was assistant professor in biotechnology at Lovely Professional University, Punjab, Jalandhar, Punjab, and associate professor at biotechnology at St. Joseph University, Nagaland. And I was an MD of GenPro Innovative Thoughts and iPro Technologies. And I worked as a JRF in DRDO Defense Development Organization Project, also UG supported project at Bharathasan University. And I am the chief managing editor of Science Research Library Journals. And as I told you, actually, I'm founder secretary of Art of Giving Charitable Trust, and founder of Voice of Indian Council for the Environment and the Voice of International Community for the Environment. And now I'm a founder and managing director of Symbiogenica Private Limited, so which we have planned, which we started to make diagnostic kits. So this is my travel history. So I started first my research career from CSR, that is a Central Drug Research CDRA, and then I joined AstraZeneca Pharmaceutical R&D. Then I joined for my PhD. Then part of my PhD work done at NIR in Nagpur, and then I moved to Chonbuk National University, South Korea. Then I went to China, so I did my second postdoc from Nankai University, and my third postdoc from GEG University, which is Q's world rankings now is 47. So here are some of the throwbacks. Actually, what I did, I came to India last year for organizing a conference at Puducherry, and then the whole scenario, so there was a lockdown, there was a travel restriction, so I was unable to get back to China. So since then I'm staying in India. So I ran one conference at Puducherry where former Puducherry Chief Minister and recent Puducherry Chief Minister and former Industry Minister of Tamil Nadu were present. And during lockdown, actually, I organized world's first coronavirus disease series. That was one of India's first online platform. I used Alibaba's DingTak app. So that time Zoom and other apps were not that popular, and people were unaware of online this kind of meetings. So I started in the month of March, last year March. So that was one of the first world's first coronavirus discussion series, where 20 speakers around the world, they came forward and they have delivered a wonderful lecture about coronavirus. And then Art of Giving Charitable Trust associated with CSS University Meerut, and we jointly organized one international virtual conference on emerging infectious and zoonotic diseases. And there was one more institution came forward to assist with our charitable trust. And that is at Chhattisgarh, Swami Swarupananda Saraswati Mahavidyalaya. So with them also, we organized one international conference. And along with Dr. Ramanathan, we started an international faculty and research development program. So we had 4 different IFRDP actually, where we consider like different kind of, because for faculties, for students, and those who want to go abroad. So we touch different aspects. So I guess actually we had IFRDP 6.0, which like we had 6 programs on IFRDP. And with the Nagaland Central University, our voice organized International World Environment Day last year. And we have organized 2 days certificate course on English property rights, and second international conference on environmental agricultural chemical and biological science. This is a 2.0 of like the different universities came forward with me. That is CAFRI, University of Italy, Murray State University, Murray, Kentucky, USA, and GLA University, Mathura, Palakkad, DM College of Science, Manipur, and Wales University, Chennai. So they all forward. They want to associate with Art of Giving Charitable Trust and with Voice. So we had a wonderful conference this year as well. And along with again with Ramanathan, actually we had a engineering, medical, biomedical, and biological sciences. And this one is actually one week actually international virtually, because in India actually this was the first virtual internship program we organized through online. That is agro-environment management. And recently we had Buddha Purnima for school children. Actually we organized something because we want to encourage school kids as well. So we asked 16 questions about Buddha, and given the answers, we recently had a meeting and we given them some token of love. As a token of love is some gifts. And yeah, so this is a very big conference we organized along with again Ramanathan, Tamil Varavalarum. That is the international conference, which we conduct for 3 days. And many eminent people, not only from India, actually, even from different countries like Papua New Guinea, Singapore, and from Australia and Canada, and from Sri Lanka. So many different people, like those who are knows about Tamil and Tamil culture and their lifestyle. So this was a wonderful conference we organized last year. And now actually currently this is running on. It's like this is a 7 days art class for school children. So our trust is having this one. And this is actually, so this was this conference, like international conference on environment, agriculture, and human animal health. So this was hosted on June 5 for World Environment Day. So there were different universities also assisted with me during that conference. Okay, so before going in detail about CSR fund, so I'd like to go our charity activities. So Art of Giving Charitable Trust is a non-profitable, non-religious, non-political, non-government social service organization, which is registered in the year 2016. And our mission is mainly health and hygiene, education, poverty alleviation, and gender equality, women empowerment, welfare of women and children, economic self-reliance. As today we are talking about hopefully the Global Entrepreneurs Guild also working for economic self-reliance through making entrepreneurs, lots of entrepreneurs. So food security and employment creation, ensure the participation of people in the process of development. And these are some of the events I already shown you. And here are some of the social activities. So we also did a lot of social services during this pandemic. We offered 150 kilograms of rice and also vegetable to the needy people during this COVID pandemic. And also we provided a donation to Chief Minister Public Relief Fund for this COVID crisis. And we organized several free medical camp to the needy people in interior villages, because access to medical service for the needy people is truly required in the interior places of Tamil Nadu. So we have traveled lots of places inside Tanjore district, and we have provided free medical supplies. Also, we conducted a free medical camp. And so we conducted like a free awareness program to the school kids, and we provide some support for the medical treatments. And this is again like in medical camp we conducted at Wanangupam, which is in Kadalur district. And this is again another medical camp which we hosted in Nelikupam. So these are some of the other social services we have done to the needy people. Yeah, so now I'm coming to the point of why CSR is important for NGO like us, okay? So I'm not going to take much time, so I'll be showing a couple of slides because everybody knows what is CSR actually, so I don't want to share much of things about that, okay? So yeah, so we, as I told you, economic growth without social progress, like a great majority of people in poverty. So without their support, without business people support, so we cannot do anything. So we need kind of from corporate. Okay? So this was said by F. Kennedy in 1979 at Harvard Business School in the year 1946. So where did the CSR begin? Was first actually, I could say actually CSR was already there in India, but we didn't go with the term CSR, okay? But it was first established in the year 1945 in England, and 1946 at America, and in China 1977, and in Nigeria 1985, and in South Africa 1992, and in Australia 1972. So why we need CSR? So to address the social problem, also reduce the burden of government, and also so we don't want them to involve lots of things, because the government is always looking after into taking the nation to the next level, but still the basic needs, actually basic level of things actually, which should be taken care of non-government organization like us, and also like-minded people, and also the corporate. So we are the people to make changes in the basic level. So that's why the CSR fund is most important. And also, yeah, obviously environmental concern is more important, because we already destroyed almost all the natural resources, and the future generation are going to live on this area. So we need to really think about the environment, so leave the better world for the future generation as well, okay? And yeah, so obviously the politics, actually so many corporates now they political parties. If you want to run a political party, actually you need support from the CSR, from corporate. So many companies, actually, many of the big parties in India, they got lots of funds from the corporates to run the politics. All right, so these are some of the dimensions of social problem which can be addressed through the CSR funds, okay, like political, religious, cultural, and economic, okay. So these things can be taken care through the CSR funds. Yeah, again, so what we can do with the CSR fund, we can address the poor education, we can address the poor sanitation wherever it is, okay. And we can address the unemployment by giving opportunity to the educated youngsters, okay. Wherever there's a lack of adequate resources, we provide such kind of things. For example, in rural villages, we can bring smart schools, and also we can build toilets to the school children, okay. So that kind of things. And also the food insecurity can also be addressed through providing proper food, hygienic food to the poor people. And yeah, so if there's no clean access to drinking water, we can try to provide water pumps with filters to provide clean drinking water to the needy people. And yeah, so also lack of access, like as I told you, toilets, we can build toilets in the villages, okay, because in India, actually, many people do open defecation, and because of open defecation, there's lots of diseases are coming out. So that also can be addressed through CSR funds. Okay, so CSR in India, actually, so we have one country, but we have many world, okay. So India is not only one. So we have one country, but we are different, okay. So we have different language, different culture, different food habit, different lifestyles, so everything different, okay. And yeah, so most culturally pluralistic and diversified with yet harmonious and socially integral our country. And yeah, so our country is the world's largest democratic entity, and second most favorable foreign investment destination.
Dr. Rajesh, 1 more minute.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm going to complete now. Yeah. So as Mahatma Gandhi said, actually, man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow man. So this is how, the corporate as well as individuals can come together to bring changes in India. Okay, so these are the phases of CSR in India. The first phase was initiated in 1850, as the oldest CSR, and dominated by culture, religion, family. And I told you, the merchants are highly potent people. So they have resources, they have money. So whatever they earn, they always give it back to the society. So pay back to society. Okay. So these are some of the phases of CSR in India. So these are some of the Indian CSR core values like community involvement development, organization governance, human rights, fair operating practices, environment, and consumers. Okay, here again, this is a pyramid of CSR, goes with economic responsibilities, be profitable, legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and philanthropy. Okay. So here are some of the comparison actually country. So I have some more slides, but due to time constraint, actually I need to skip. I can give a presentation somewhere. Actually, if I get an opportunity, I'll be letting you know. So these are some of the corporates supporting CSRs. And this is about China. China CSR. So China is also doing a wonderful job. Recently, they made education after school free of cost. Earlier, they used to make money. Now the government made a very strict regulation that it should be non-profit. And many companies, they came forward to provide a free education. I mean, after school. So this is about US and UK. And yeah. So if you're having any questions, I'm happy to take.
Okay.
The question part
Great.
we can keep it in the end of the session. We can allow the rest of the speakers. Thank you, Dr. Rajesh, for taking the time and sharing all your CSR values and the contributions to the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will keep a separate special session for you because we can see there is a lot to you are doing, lot of things you are doing. So we will do that next time. So, and with that, we'll keep the questions and discussion session in giving some special knowledge to us as usual. Okay, Dr. Halima.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Are you hungry? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, always.
Yes, you are hungry. Actually, we are talking in the term of time because it's dinner time in India, in Singapore, in all other places. So you are saying you are hungry. Okay, well, if you are hungry, then fine. If you're not hungry, then also it's wonderful that you are not hungry. But why we should be hungry? Because if you are hungry, you are among those people whose names I have written on the screen. If you are hungry, you belongs to the category of the people who are approximately 9% of the world. The people like Bill Gates, who used to bunk his maths class just to create the video games when he was just in grade 8. So if the people are hungry and they want something in their life and they are passionate about that, so they have to sacrifice and they are ready to sacrifice to anything and everything. If you are hungry, you are among the people like Kevin Plank, who was a football player, and he he has invented a t-shirt that was sweat absorbing, because he observed that when he was playing, the players, when they play, so there is lots of sweat issues with them. And then with that t-shirt, he has gone to each and every player, convincing them, giving them free to just use it and then to be benefited by this. If we are hungry, we belong to the category of the people like Walt Disney, and we all are aware of the Walt Disney's contribution. Now, my question here is that if we are hungry, then should we satisfy our hunger or we should remain hungry? Now, I think this question is not that easy as my first question was. If we are hungry, should we satisfy our hunger or should we remain hungry? I want your answers. Let me see in the chat box if some of you have written something that you should remain hungry or you should satisfy your hunger. Just out of these two options, you have to choose any one option. If we are hungry, should we satisfy our hunger or should we remain hungry? Rahul, I'm still waiting. Anyone?
I think
Continue your hunger.
I think we should remain hungry.
I would suggest that continue your hunger.
Okay, very good. I can see like 2-3 people are supporting that we should remain hungry and continue with our hunger. If we are continuing with our hunger, then
stay hungry, stay foolish.
Okay, yes. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Yeah. How to find satisfaction in our dissatisfaction? Yeah, if you are remaining hungry, then naturally you are dissatisfied. You are not satisfied. Then it means that if you are going to be dissatisfied throughout your life. So now the bigger question is, our bigger challenge is that how to find satisfaction in our dissatisfaction. And that is the real challenge before us. You know, when we have some hunger for something and we struggle for that, we strive for that and we achieve that, then immediately you will find that the moment you have achieved, there is something else. And then our hunger starts for that. And then we start our journey for that. Anil Goswami ji, have you ever experienced this? That the moment you satisfy your hunger, you will find that your hunger for another thing or the similar thing or the higher thing begins. Yes, Anil ji?
Yes, definitely. You see, if I am able to say learn something, so I am so much happy and satisfied, then try to go up, try to elevate myself and learn more and more.
In Tamil, Tirukkural, we have a saying, Sevikku unavillada poludhu, siridhu vaitrukkum iyeppadum. That means, so if you have something good things to listen, you know, so you don't want to feed your stomach. So when you don't have something good to hear, so that time you need to take food. So we love to hear from you. So we are not hungry.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, you know, we have seen the fire, you know, the fire needs wood. And the more wood we provide to the fire, what happens? Does it satisfy ever? More we provide the wood to the fire, so it goes more higher and it requires more wood. It means if we want to really satisfy the fire, we have to cut off the supply. Then only there won't be any fire. So similarly, if we are hungry in our life, I remember when I joined my job in 1993, so that time I was not BEd and there was lots of issues on my job that you are not trained and how you are going to be approved by CBSE and this thing and that thing. So that was my greatest hunger, that how somehow I should get a degree of BEd. Then I applied in IGNOU 3 times, I failed. Then I applied in Jamia Millia Islamia, I failed. Then I applied in Delhi University and I passed. And then I took the leave and I went there and I completed my degree, traveling 82 kilometers every day. But that was my hunger, the biggest hunger, that I have to get it. But the moment I got the degree and moment I got the permanency in my job, the another hunger struck on my mind the same day. I should go for the principalship. Why should I remain the teacher throughout my life? And then I traveled to Dubai for that purpose. leaving the family behind. So the hunger is like that the hunger will never satisfy, and you have to just move on and on and on. Saint Mother Teresa has rightly said that people are hungry not just for bread, but for love. Even the rich are hungry for love, for being cared for being wanted, for having someone to call their own. So this is the greatest need of human being. We are not talking only in the term of the money, in the term of the profession, in the term of the bank balance. We are talking about in term of love, care, affection, and to be wanted. The biggest curse in life is that if you feel at any moment in life that you are unwanted, nobody wants you. That is the biggest curse. And I think that nobody should feel that feeling ever in their life. Now, a word of conscience before I conclude. You know, there is a slight, a very thin line between the hunger and the greed, you know, and we have to maintain that thin line. You all must be aware of the story of King Midas. So he was hungry for the gold. And when he was given this vardhan, that whatever he is going to touch, that thing will transform into gold. So he touched the fruits, he touched the eatables, he touched the trees, he touched wall, everything he touched. And then finally, he hugged the daughter, and the daughter became a statue of gold. And then he realized, oh my God, what did I do? So this thin line of greed and hunger, that always should remain in our mind. Now, how we are going to differentiate between this? Let me give you the last word before I conclude, that how we can differentiate between the greed and between the hunger. Hunger is when we are achieving something with right values and ethics. That is hunger. But the moment we deviate from the ethics and values, and we tend to have the unethical things, or to go to the path that is not right, that is greed. Like recently, we all have heard in the news the biggest personality whom we all, the youth, were worshipping like icon. And now we all have seen that what they were involved in, if it is true, then in that case. So that is the thin difference between greed and hunger. So my dear friends, let's be hungry and let's be satisfied with our hunger throughout our life. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Halima. That was wonderful. And I think your hunger is that what keeping you younger. You look younger day by day. That's what we observed.
Thank you very much.
So with that, we will speakers. Thanks all the speakers for giving such a interesting knowledge. Now I like to open the forum for discussions, questions, and today we are fortunate
we
to
can
have.
Ask each one can introduce by themselves for less than a minute. First, we can go with Vijay Kumar Devarajan. Are you there? If you are there, please self-introduce yourself. Okay. The next person, Mr. Anil Goswami.
Thank you. So I have plus 45-year experience in government, plus in corporate. Now I am motivator for young boys and girls. I am really, amazed to see two Rams so highly qualified. I was looking at their degrees and the work they are doing. Amazing. So well done. You see, last week I am also doing some lot of social service here now. At this age, I am plus 70 now, but very active physically and mentally. So last week I was on a polio drive. I was looking the mother of the small child who was getting the polio drop. She was looking at the doctors with a great hope. This is what Dr. Halima told and all of you told. When the society, whether you are doing CSR, corporate social responsibility, people are there to welcome you with flowers if you are really solving their problems. But they are also with brickbats also. When they see people are just showcasing themselves, and just coming for photographs and other things just to, you know. So the objective is something different. So this is what I want to say. And all of us, we have to be PhD, as Dr. Halima just told. H for hunger, P for passion, and D for discipline. And when I meet the young boys and girls, so the wave is changing totally now. Everybody is not looking toward government now. People want to become entrepreneur, and they have already started. All young boys and girls. One boy just introduced today, 25-year-old from Chennai, who was doing waste management and other things. So well done, all these things. But I would say these CSR people, they should have some training programs, because when these people, they are so good at technically, but they lack certain things which I would like to highlight if there is time. You know, you see, in management we have 7 activities. That is marketing, sales, H&R, that is people's functions, people management, finance, R&D, research and design, where you try to innovate and create your things, and then some legal matter, and then day-to-day activities, what everybody calls operation activities. They are so good in their domain. I have seen people I have met from IIT people also, but after 1 year, there are notices from Reserve Bank of India, bureaucracy, and they are almost in a state of collapsing. This is actually, it is happening. They start the product, they try to focus on one area, but all other areas they lack, and they are exploited outside. If you can design certain programs for these, entrepreneurs, which can help them to take care. I don't say they need advanced knowledge. They just need a small life cycle of the product, where they need, say, to start with, they want GST, they want IEC code. I have list of 25 people, because I worked in one of the corporate for almost 12 years after my government job, and I make these young boys and people sit with me and tell them everything, because I did everything with my own hands. All finance I did with my all taxes I did. I am not a chartered accountant, but I have done completely everything. A life cycle of the product. What are the things needed apart from technical things? These people need some training, so that even they outsource something, but they know what actually is being done. It is not, they are not exploited. So, but unfortunately, when they start this journey, they ignore the other things, and that becomes, sort of big challenge for them. So this is what I want to say, and that is right. We have to be need based, not want based. Everybody has to be. That is, of course, that is a principle of life. So unless you adopt minimalism, minimalism doesn't mean that you don't earn the money. Minimalism only is that you focus on need-based things, not on unnecessarily. You try to clutter yourself by, in your mind, cluttering your body and cluttering your friend circle. Everything you clutter, and ultimately a lot of time is wasted in all decluttering these things. We have to focus those things and train our people, Baba, live with minimalism, and try to focus on those things only which will add some value to your life. So this is some of the things I want to say in a short time. 2 minutes I got it. So I love to maybe next session to give some talk. So, but that is my
always welcome. Next time we can arrange one special class.
That is my area. So I try to now motivate all young boys and girls. So every minute I enjoy, what we do in our life.
Next time we have the close time to the Independence Day. So you can give the message for all the youth.
Yes, every time we say, oh my God, I am brushing in the morning, but my focus is on bathing. So I am getting late. I am having breakfast. My focus is on the office. So I don't enjoy every moment. This is what these young boys, they have to learn all these things. We have to train them all. Thank you. Next time, more. Thank you very much.
Mr.
Thank you very
Rajalingam,
much.
are you there? Mr. Rajalingam, are you there? Miss Annie Mary. Miss Annie Mary. Miss Nurul Fitri. If anybody wants to share anything, the viewers.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Sure. Yeah. My name is Nurul. I'm from Indonesia.
Very good.
I have my own English course and I decided to make my own instead of working at school because I want to be an entrepreneur. Because I don't like the systems, the school systems. I feel like I can do more with my own self, but now I'm stuck because not really stuck due to the pandemic, you know, and I'm a newbie in this education entrepreneur. So that's why I'm excited to joining this program with all our speakers for today. So I'm excited to hear from you. And then I'm touched by Mr. Anil's speech. I want to help younger generation to be present. That was so true. It's so true for me too. Sometimes I'm, for example, attending this and I'm thinking about my course, what should I do? And I just chatted Dr. Halima about my words, about my schools. I was not really focused on the talk sometimes. So yeah, but I love the cool about having one dream and really focus on that. You know, Indonesian is not like India where your second language is English. We're here, English is still a foreign language. And especially in my hometown, people are not that aware of the importance of English. So I opened my course and my barrier comes from my parents. Like, what are you doing? You better sign up for, being an officer, a civil servant. Your salary is guaranteed. So yeah, I want to prove to them that I can make a living by, being entrepreneur in this English education. So thank you so much for the invitation, and I'm looking forward to be inspired. Thank you.
Great. That's again one inspiring story.
Is there anybody on the platform who wanted to speak? Mr. Vijay Kumar. Yeah, almost everybody hungry. They got out for their lunch, dinner. Okay. Thank you. Over to Rahul. Dr. Rajesh, do you want to say anything?
So as for now, actually, I don't have anything to share. Actually, I thank Mr. Anil Goswami. He wonderfully explained, so how individual citizen should be. So it's really great, and it's glad to know about what he's doing. Actually, what he was done and what he's planning to do. So that is more important at this age. Actually, I know many of them, they want to enjoy the but they don't come forward to teach younger generation. So it's really good to see that Mr. Anil Goswami coming forward, and he wants to bring awareness and also give training to the younger generation. That is more important. I really feel really honored. Actually, today I'm being one of the speaker where Mr. Anil Goswami is present. And yeah, so again, I should thank Dr. Alima. She also, I was thinking what she's going to talk about, hungry, but she has wonderfully explained what is real hungry, actually, how we should feed ourselves. Actually, we also not only our stomach, actually, every concern, actually, taken care to feed something for ourselves, also feed to the society, feed to everyone. That is also more beautiful thing actually, which we need to really take in consideration and to be addressed in our society. And again, there is one pretty girl actually, and she just spoken from Indonesia. So yeah, it's really good actually. But yeah, so I want to give a suggestion actually, like education is more important. Earning money, you can make it at any age, okay, but a basic age is more important. So these days I have seen like young kids, they want to make fast money. Okay, so that's good, but the basic age is more important. Don't feel your school age is boring, but still you need to have a proper education. That is more important. And because as I told like during my presentation, like learning is a lifelong process. Okay, so what you're like basement is the education. When you have proper basement, you can be a better entrepreneur. I'm telling you, it's like because yeah, there are like lots of people without even education, they have done lots of things, but these days education is more important in order to like tackle or troubleshoot. Your education help you to troubleshoot something, or so you need somebody to support, when you like educated, then probably you can handle everything. You can be multi-talent. If there's any problem comes, you can troubleshoot easily. So that's why we need education. Okay, so anyone can have a business idea, but you need a person to like take care of the accounts. You need to take care of like everything. But when you have proper education, you can take care of everything. So the education is more important. So go to school and learn properly, and also like try to be a good entrepreneur through education. Okay. And this is what I want to share to that pretty girl who spoke from Indonesia. And again, actually, just now somebody texted from Singapore. I think Mr. Naga, yeah. So he also wants to connect with me. I'm really thankful to you. Also, like, it's really good opportunity today. We had a multi area of like thoughts, and it's really good. Actually, probably like we can have this kind of meeting in the future and try to make a proper networking and also be a good social responsible person. And thank you, wonderful again, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks to Dr. Ramanathan, thanks to Mr. Ragul, and also Dr. Halima. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. And I have pasted the link for the GEG's social media presence, and especially YouTube channel, LinkedIn. This program was live on YouTube, and you can watch it afterwards also. Someone said like they want to watch afterwards, so it will be available in few minutes. Okay.
Thank you.
So
thank you
with
so
that,
much. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you everyone, and everyone's speech was very, very inspiring. And Mr. Anil, Mr. Naidu, and Mr. Ram Rajesh, it was very nice. And really, I think we should give them more time. As Rahul said, we should have an exclusive session. It was very nice, so informative, and nice to know that Mr. Rajesh is still studying, and there's no limit at all, right?
Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, as you said, education alla kurayada selvam illaya. So it's very nice. And Mr. Anil and Mr. Naidu, speech was very good.
There is one more.
Solunga.
In Tirukkural, there is one more. Kedil Vilichellum Kalvi Orukku Madalla Matrayavai. So learning, so much water like you dig, you will get more sweetened water. So education is also like that actually. Learn. Then finally you will get the sweetest water from the ground. So learning is also like that actually. Learn. One day you will have the fruitful stuff actually. Like whatever career you choose, you be an entrepreneur, you be a CEO, you be working under someone. So you will successfully you will shine in your career. So this is what I want to share. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful words.
Yeah, thank you very much, and looking forward to meet you all soon again. Yeah.
Thank you so much.